You are welcome to this video. So we are actually still doing translation. Okay, so we have these questions that we are going to solve, and these questions won't work if you use completing the square method. So they can't work when using the completing the square method. Okay, finding the center or the origin from where it can be translated from, but we'll use the other formula. Okay, and it is the simplest. So here is a question saying that find the point for which the origin must be translated. Okay, the origin must be translated and hence find the new equation. So this can't work with completing the square method simply because there is this term here, xy. Okay, xy like that, so they can't work. Okay, so this is the, when you just see this, so you are supposed to use the formula that I'm going to use. Okay, so let me wrap question 2, then we solve question 1, we'll come back to question 2. Okay, so for you to find the origin, okay, for you to find the origin, you need to know that the origin has the coordinate h, k, which is the center. Okay, they have the origin what, h, k, that is what you need to know. So you need to find these h, k, you need to find those numbers h, k. Okay, so how do you find these? So you need to know the formula. So the formulas for the h is what? X is equal to y, x prime, okay, x prime plus h. Okay, for this there is h, so you can use this formula for you to find that. So if you want to find the y coordinate, it is y is equal to y prime plus k. So these are the formulas that you are going to use. Okay, so now how are you going to proceed and find the values of these? So this equation is involved in finding those values. So the formulas and this equation, they are involved in finding the what? Those coordinates. So what you're going to do is that x, this is where, this is x, right? So this is x. So there is a difference between x and x prime. You need to know that. Okay, there's a difference between x and x prime. So in here, in the equation, there is what? There is x prime, right? Or there is x. So where there is x, so x is saying that x is equal to x prime plus h. So where there is x, you need to substitute this value. Okay, where there is y, you need to substitute what? That value. Okay, so where there is y here, even here, you need to substitute that value. So this is what we are going to do. So we are going to say x here, we substitute it or we replace it by that. Okay, so because it's saying that x is the same as this, so here we are going to say x, we replace it, x prime plus h. Okay, so it is multiplying with y, so multiplication we show it by the opening and closing the bracket. So we say multiplied by y, y is this, so we're going to say y prime plus k, okay, plus what we have here is 3 multiplied by what is x, x is this. Okay, so x is that, so that's x prime plus h, then there's plus 3 open bracket, there is y, it is y prime plus k. Okay, y prime plus k, that is what you're supposed to do. Then there is minus 3 like that, equal to 0. Okay, so then what you're supposed to do here now is to actually expand everything and simplify. So how do you do that? So this is what you're going to do. you multiply the x prime by everything, then you come to h by everything. So you're going to say x prime multiplied by y prime, it will be x prime y prime. Then x prime times k, that's going to be what? X prime k. Then we come to h times y prime to be positive h y prime. H times k, that's going to be what? H k. Okay, we are done with that. Then here you just have to expand, meaning that 3 is multiplying with everything, so that's going to be positive 3 times x prime, that's going to be 3x prime. 3 times h, that's going to be positive 3h, right? Then here 3 times that's going to be positive 3y prime. 3 times k, that's going to be 3k. Then there is minus 3 equal to 0, like that. Then what you're supposed to do here now is to collect the like terms. So now, which ones are the like terms? Okay, which ones are the like terms? So what you do is you write first this, so that is x prime and what? Y prime. So what you're supposed to do is these, if you look at this, so what is starting? The equation is starting with what? With the x prime. Okay, it is starting with x prime, and the one that follows it is what? Y prime. So this is how you collect the like terms. You'll be following this. So you start with those which have x prime first. Okay, those which have the presence of x prime in them. That is how you can factorize this. Don't forget this point. If you forget this point, it will confuse you. So you start with those that are starting with x prime, those that have x prime in them. Then after that, you go to those that have y prime in them. So here you come, which ones have x prime? So there is this one has x prime. So you say it is positive x prime k, right? So which one has x prime in it? So this, which one? There is 3x prime. So you get the positive 3x prime. So you get it together with the sign. If there is negative, you get negative 3x prime, but there is positive. So do we have any with x prime? No, we don't have. So we go to the one which has y prime. So y prime, do we have? So yes, we have this one. So we have plus h y prime. Do we have any with x y prime or y prime? So this is it, plus 3y prime. So from here we have gotten this, we have gotten that, we have gotten this, we have gotten that, we have gotten that. What has remained? The one that has remained, it is this one, that one, and that one. So what you do, you just copy them the way they are. So this one is positive hk, right? You come, this one is positive 3h, you go, this one is positive 3k minus 3. Okay, 3k minus what? 3 is equal to 0. That is how it is there. So now what you do next is to factorize those with x prime and those with what? Y prime. How do you factorize? So what I mean is, let's say for example we have 2x plus x, like that. Then you are taught to factorize. So when you are taught to factorize, what you do to factorize the x, what you do is you say what is common between the two. You say x is common, right? That's what you do when factorizing. Then you open the bracket. So this, when it divides with that, or when it cancels with that, what is going to remain here is 2. Then you say plus this when it cancels with that, what is going to remain? It's just going to remain 1 like that, right? So that is what you'll be doing. Okay, let's say for instance there was 4 here. You would have said x cancels, then the 4 remain there. So that is what we are going to do, but not putting it this side. Instead of putting it the x this side, you'll be putting the x the other side. That is what you will be doing. Okay, so we'll factorize these now. Those we just factorize those with x prime and those with what? With y prime, except these. So if this one, you just copy it the way it is. So you say x prime, y prime. So now you look at those with x prime. So this as what? As x prime in it, right? So this expression. So how can you factorize this expression? How can you factorize the xy for the x prime? So what you do is say plus, okay, plus, then I said that you put this outside instead of putting it this side, because it is the one which is common. So you just put it outside x prime like that. Then you say when this cancels that, what is remaining is k. Then when this cancels that, what is remaining is what? 3 like that, right? So you say plus, you do the same here. Which we do the same here. Y prime is common, so you say y prime outside. So you say when y prime cancels that, what is going to remain? It is h, then plus. When the y prime is cancelled, what is going to remain? It is the 3 like that. Then these, just copy them the way they are. So starting from here, copy them the way they are. So it will be plus h k plus 3h plus 3k minus 3 equal to 0 like that. Okay, so now the next thing for you to find these coordinates here, for you to find the value of h and the value of k. So what you do is get the coefficients of those with x prime and y prime. You equate them to 0. What do I mean by coefficient? A coefficient is a number attached to a certain letter or a specific letter. For instance, we have 2x. Okay, what is the coefficient of x here? The coefficient of x is what? Is 2. Okay, so this is what you're going to be doing. So the coefficient of x prime is k plus 3. So this is what you're going to do for you to find the value of k. So you're going to say the coefficient of x prime is k plus 3. So if you want to find k, you equate it to 0. Okay, so you're going to say k is equal to negative 3 when this 3 comes inside. So same applies when you come to this one, which is the y prime. So you say h plus 3 is equal to 0, then h is equal to negative 3. So meaning that the center or the points, those points, h, so those points, you know that h is negative 3 and k is negative 3, meaning that the center is what? Negative 3, comma what? Negative 3. So this is the center, or that is the point you were looking for. That is how you find the point. Okay, so now if you want to find now the new equation, this is what you do. Use the same equation that we have here. So you just copy them, just copy this x prime, y prime, then you say where there is k, substitute the value of k. So what is the value of k? So the value of k here, the value of k that we have found is negative. The value of k is negative 3, and the value of h is negative 3. So where there is k, you put negative 3 here. So when you put negative 3 here, you say it will be negative 3 plus 3. So this is just negative 3 plus 3, then there's multiplied by that. Okay, so we say negative 3 by minus 3, this is going to be what? 0, right? This is going to be 0, which is you're going to multiply this times 0, which is going to give you the answer as 0. So instead of doing that, you're going to say negative 3. So when you put negative 3 by negative 3 here, this is going to be 0. Even here, when you put negative 3, here, it is going to be 0 multiplied by this, it's going to be 0. So means that you cancel that one, right? So now here, you come here. So this is h, right? H, when you put negative 3 here, so you say it will be what? Plus, we are here, right? We are here. So we say negative 3, we say negative 3, because the h is negative 3, multiplied by the k, negative 3, right? Then plus 3, multiplied by negative 3, then plus, we are here, plus 3, k, what is k? It is negative 3. Then there is minus 3 equal to 0. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You say x prime y prime. So this is negative 3. So this is just positive times negative, it is negative. Then negative times negative, it is positive. 3 times 3, it is what? 9. You come here, this is positive 3 times negative 3, that's going to give you what? Negative 9 here. So here it is going to give you negative 9. Then here you're going to have, this is going to be negative 9 again. Then minus 3 equal to 0. So when you do this, this is negative, this is positive. So this is positive 9 minus 9, that is going to give you 0. So here it will be x prime y prime, this is 0. Then here this is negative 3, then negative 9, so that's going to be negative 12 equal to 0. So that is how you find the new equation. So this is what? The new equation. This is the new equation. So let's solve question 2. So this is our question 2. So we'll do the same. We are looking for the coordinates, right? H comma k, and the formulas, you know, y is, you know that y, you know that x is equal to x prime plus h, then y is equal to y prime plus k. So you just get this, that's x, you replace it with that, so it's going to be x prime plus h multiplied by the y prime plus k minus 2 open bracket x prime plus h, okay, plus 4 multiplied by y prime plus h, okay, then there is minus 4 equal to 0. As simple as that. So this is what you are just supposed to, this is why. So here, sorry, here there has to be k, there's supposed to be k, okay. So here we are going to say x times x, that's going to be x prime y prime, x prime times that is going to be x prime k, y times that, so that's going to be h y prime, h times k, that's going to be hk, okay. So then here we are going to say negative 2 times that, that's going to be negative 2x prime, then negative 2 times that's going to be negative 2h, this times that is positive 4y prime, 4 times k, that's going to be 4k. So plus 4k. Then here there is minus 4, then equal to 0. That's what we're going to do. The next thing here is to collect the like terms. Those that have x prime, okay, followed by those that have y prime. So here, those that have x prime, there is this one. So you copy it. So you say it is positive x prime, then the k. You look for the one which has x prime in here. So the one which has x prime, it is negative 2x prime. So that is negative 2x prime. Then do we have any? No, we don't have. So we have gotten that. We also have gotten this. So we need the one with y prime. So the one with y prime is this one. So this is positive hy prime. The one with y prime, we have 4y prime. So we have positive 4y prime. So we have gotten this, we have gotten that. What has remained? We have this. Okay, so we have positive hk, then we have negative 2h here. We also have positive 4k and negative 4 equal to 0. Okay, so then from here you just copy x prime, y prime, then you factorize. So you say positive, you put the x prime outside, so that's x prime. Then this is going to be what is going to remain. This, when divided by that, that's going to be k, minus this by that, it's going to be what? 2. Then you say plus, open bracket, here you say y prime outside. Okay, so here you have what? H plus 4, right? So then you just copy this. So this is going to be plus hk minus 2h plus 4k minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, so then from here you equate these which have x prime to 0 and these which have y prime to 0. So we're going to say k minus 2 equal to 0. So you say k is equal to, when this negative 2 comes this side, to be positive 2, right? To be positive 2. Then this one, we have h plus 4 equal to 0. So we say h is equal to, this is positive 4, it will be negative 4. So meaning that the center, we have our h is negative 4, comma, our k is what? Is 2. So these are the coordinates that we have. So where there's h, we put negative 4. Where there's k, we put what? We put 2. That is what we are going to do in the equation. Okay. So in the equation, this is our h, this is our k. Okay. So here the equation, this is the equation, this is going to be x prime y prime plus open bracket, what is k? K, you check from here, k is this. So you say positive 2, then there's minus 2, then y prime like that, then plus open bracket, what is h? H is a negative 4. So you say negative 4 plus 4, then y prime plus h. H is what? So h is negative 4. So you put the negative 4. So it is negative 4 multiplied by k is what? K is 2. Like that. Okay, then minus 2. What is h? So you are multiplying with h. H is negative 4. So negative 4. Okay, then you say here positive 4. What is our k? Our k is 2, so 2 like that. Okay, then this is negative 4, so I'll just put it here, negative 4, then equal to 0 for the sake of space that side, so that you'll be able to see. So we are going to say x prime, y prime, then here this is 2 minus 2, that is 0. 0 times that, it is 0, so this is cancelled. Even here it is cancelled. Coming here, we are saying negative 4 multiplied by 2, that is going to be negative 8, right? That is going to be negative 8. How about here? This is positive, negative times negative, that is going to be positive. Okay, so 2 times 4, that's going to be what? It's going to be 8. Positive, so it's positive 8. Then here we have 4 times 2, so this is positive 8 as well, so that's positive 8. Then here we have negative 4, then equal to 0. As simple as that. So we are solving. We are almost there, finding the new equation. So here, 8, negative 8 plus 8, that is 0. So here we have what? We have 0, so we are cancelling this. So this is going to be 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is just positive 4, so it's positive 4, then equal to 0. So this is the new equation to that. The center, we said that it is what? Negative 4, 2. So this is how we do it. So thank you for watching. I've been your tutor, Patrick Divine.